Turning and turning in the widening gyre, the falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart, the center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world. The blood-dimmed tide is loosed, and everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned. The best lack all conviction, while the worst are full of passionate intensity. Surely some revelation is at hand. Surely the second coming is at hand. The second coming. Hardly are those words out when a vast image out of Spiritus Mundi troubles my sight. Somewhere in sands of the desert, a shape with lion body and the head of a man, a gaze blank and pitiless as the sun, is moving its slow thighs, while all about it reel shadows of the indignant desert birds. The darkness drops again, but now I know that 20 centuries of stony sleep were vexed to nightmare by a rocking cradle. And what rough beast, its hour come round at last, slouches toward Bethlehem to be born? I was born in 1935 in San Francisco, as Allison told you, and I moved east with my mother as a baby, and my mother remarried, and we lived in Connecticut for a while, and then when I was 9, the family broke up, and I was sent to boarding school. And if you were a very, very good boy at boarding school, you got points, and if you got enough points, you got to take a weekend. So I decided when I was 11 to take a weekend to New York City to stay with my mother. And I took the train from school, and I arrived at Grand Central Station. How many of you have been to Grand Central Station? I love that, you know, almost everybody. So you will understand the setting for this poem, which is called In Grand Central Station. The boy looks up at the stars in the upper concourse. Usually he is entranced by the way they make the shapes of creatures and mythic heroes, hunters and bears and winged horses. But today he has no heart for them. He has waited on the bench by track 32 for half an hour. He has watched for his mother's blue coat with the torn hem and the scarf she wears on rainy days. He is beginning to cry, and he does not like to cry. It scares him here among these strangers. He has called her hotel, and the woman at the desk said she was out. Perhaps she is on her way, caught in a mad swirl of late afternoon traffic, a crush of trucks and multicolored cabs, yellow and green and checkered. Or maybe she's trapped by a red light between stations in the subway. He wipes his eyes with his handkerchief, and then, for the first time, he feels the icy chill of death. She will not come at all. She will never come. He might sit on this wooden bench until he grows old, and still she will not come. She will not know how he has counted on this small good time between them. He rises, puts his tears in his back pocket with his used handkerchief. At the glass booth, he will request a schedule. He will go back to school. He will collect his A's, and he will spread them on the smooth palm of his heart. He will live. When I was 12 years old, I used to go to my aunt's house in New Jersey, and there was a pond nearby that froze over in the winter, and we skated on it. This poem is called The Hat. I close my eyes and see the pond and all of us skating. Yes, it must have been December, Christmas vacation, me home from school, and all of us skating on the Hewitt's pond. Ah, Jenny, do you remember? How you chased me, plucked my hat from my head and tucked it in your red sweater. How I followed, caught you, and thrust my hand into the red sweater and wham! My face stung long afterwards. I was so young, I didn't know. I was only looking for my hat. Me. Now, I wish I had known. If I had known. Now, I wish I had known how to make a game of the stealing, the reaching, the recovery. If I had known, I might have kissed you in the barn, deep in the bales of hay, where we played our innocent games of hide and seek. So the last poem in the book is the title poem, If Words Could Save Us, and that's a poem about grace, so I will end with that. If words could save us, and they can, my darling, I would whisper in the chambers of your ears every wistful sound like the warbling of the wood thrush and tull, my wren. Even the small boys whose voices are like angels would cry for more, and you, my swan, would sigh like the sun setting behind the ocean floor. If touch could save us, and it does, my dove, I would take the wounds of time and touch them all until the soul shines with the light of God and the newness of now. Healing is the only language of love, my lamb. And wherever we have touched, the tree that grows there will be blessed, my bliss. And the fruit of that tree will be life, my love. The fruit of that tree will be life. Thank you.